All right, ladies and bottoms, cheers to you. This is Skinny Fat Twink After Hours. And before you look at me like I'm an alcoholic, we're ripping non-alcoholic beers out here. You know what I'm saying? The Gen Z train is on the NA. I don't make the rules. This is the way it is. One more sip. By the way, if you don't have an NA right now, this is not sponsored content. No wonder it's not sponsored. I have 2 followers, and one of them is my grandmother. The Heineken Zero. Listen to this clink. Oh my god. Wait, should we do name that tune with the bottle? Let me drink a little more. Hold on. Songs that can be played on the NA bottle. Just gonna do the one I was already doing. This is a trick because it can be multiple songs. Put me in, coach. I'm ready to play today. Look at me. I can't play the drums while I sing, and I can't sing either. I can be Cinefield. Anyway, don't you wish you were here right now? Okay, anyway, Skinny Fat Twink Show After Hours. The stuff to talk about tonight. What do we got? We got, oh my god, fucking Diddy. Diddy! I'm taking a drink for Diddy right now. I'm gonna need a real beer to properly digest the Diddy stuff. 4 years. 4 years in prison. I think they said 4 years and 2 months. I think it's 50 months that he got sentenced to, and then after that, he's got an additional. You can tell I'm so together when I don't have my notes right in front of me. He gets 50 months in prison, and then 5 years of supervised release from prison, which is fucking insane. To me, everybody's got their opinion. To me, the reason this is a problem is because we live in a society right now where people get rewarded for bad behavior. And I'm going to get to this on a much smaller level in a second. Rewarded for bad behavior. Look at the president. You can basically be as racist, as ableist, as sexist, as homophobic as you possibly can, and people applaud you for it. This is the same thing with Diddy. How many people can I sexually assault and only do 4 years in prison? 4 years. He probably, realistically speaking, let's say he had 20 victims. A year per victim would not be too much at all. That's nothing, right? Do we know how many victims he had? Over the last 30 years? Probably more than 4. Anyway, that's my not really hot take, but holy shit. I thought it was going to be way longer. I guess the silver lining is that he thought he was getting out, now. And the judge was like, not so fast. 50 more months. So I guess that's better, but I don't know. What was the other? Oh my god, the fucking Nicki versus Cardi beef. Hold on. I am getting so sick. So sick of Nicki Minaj picking these fucking fights with people for no reason, and I don't get it. Did you see the tweets that she put out today? I think we're calling them X's now. I don't know. Where she attacked Cardi's kid, and then came back and apologized, but God, it was just so aggressive. It was like, you don't know who your mother really is. Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, bitch. And then she tried to be like, this ain't me. This isn't who I am. This is exactly who you are. You pick fights with people all the time. And I I like the Nicki Minaj. The music of the Nicki Minaj. Big fan. Nicki, why do you have to be such a fucking bitch? I said it. You're a fucking bitch. Are you so insecure about your rap career that's dwindling at this point. Let's be honest, the last album flopped. Pink Friday 2 flopped. I liked it, but it was a fucking disaster. Come on. Saying that you're the top doesn't make you the top, which brings me to my next point. Oh my god. This week has been the week from hell with dealing with control freak people. And I don't know if you have any control freaks in your life. It is insane to sit there and watch the need for control that some people have, and I don't understand it. I mean, I think we all kind of like to be in control. It's nice to know what we're doing, but like I'm talking over like stupid shit. Um the way a towel is hung on a hook, the way the eggs are ordered in the fridge. Again, everything has a home. If they're 3 centimeters to the left of where you wanted them, that's not actually a problem. That's you being a control freak. Which I read generally goes with personality disorders, which is really fun. Do you have anybody in your life with, this is a fun one, narcissistic personality disorder? I do. And it's really interesting when these people that have these personality disorders, they act out around the people closest to them, obviously, because they gotta put on the good show in public. But it's crazy to me how many people on the outside don't see the show. They don't see the manipulation tactics. They don't see the guilt tricks. They constantly respond with things like, oh, like, how could that person do that? They would never do that. Huh? Yes, they would. Trust me, they would. So I've been dealing with that this week a lot. And it's so crazy to me because the people that I talk to around me, because I have like 3 or 4 people in my circle who have directly, I mean, we're talking overall personality disorders, but there's like 3 or 4 people in my life that have directly dealt with narcissistic personality disorder, which is a fun one. And I guess these are like, I thought after reading all this stuff, I read psychology books all the time. After reading all this stuff, that I would be like, fairly obvious what they're doing. Like people kind of know there's something wrong. They just don't know what it is. But it's shocking to me how many people don't see it. And when you're the person who sees it, it's really frustrating. Let's be honest. Um, because you see these tactics that aren't clever. The telling everybody that, so and so is a horrible person, they did that, when it was really the person. Um, Always twisting the stories, always hijacking the narrative, always deflecting, won't answer questions. Control freak is a part of that. Constant need for control. I deal with somebody who I'll start telling them something that happened to me, as simple as I went to the store, and before I get to the second sentence, they will start twisting what I'm saying to fit the narrative that they want over a story about me going to the store. That's pretty crazy. Um, so yeah, very frustrating when you're dealing with that. But this has been the week of dealing with the control freaks all around me. And my favorite, this is so stupid, but this is real stuff that happens. This is what my friends, they don't believe me when I say that this is real stuff that happens. So this doesn't happen to me. This happened to a friend of mine. The long story short is, the friend is, they call it the scapegoat, right? I was the scapegoat when I was a kid. Everything was my fault. The marriage falling apart, my fault somehow, because insecure parents. Um, so my friend is always the scapegoat too, which I'm sure that's trauma bonded at this point. Um, Always the scapegoat, and so I know that, just like I got talked shit about all my life, I know that she has the same thing happen, because the things that we have happen are the same thing. So, without naming characters, the person who receives the shit talk in her life about her, you're not gonna believe me when I tell you this. This is True fucking story. When he comes over to her house, he pisses on her floor on purpose because he thinks, ha ha ha, I gotcha. These are grown ass adults. These are people in their 60s and 70s doing this type of shit. And so it blows my mind and baffles me when people are like, oh, boomers, they're so innocent, they're so nice. I have never met a bigger group of people with personality disorders that act like giant fucking assholes than boomers. I don't understand. If you're a boomer and you're offended by me saying this, what happened to your generation that you guys decided it was okay to be fucking assholes to everybody and then blame everybody else? Your favorite target is millennials. The fucking millennials screwed everything up. Well, first of all, I think that you think millennials are like 12. Millennials are 40 now, and it's the millennials' fault thing. It doesn't really work anymore because you're blaming them for things that high schoolers do. You're really talking about Gen Alpha and Gen Z, but you don't know that because you don't care enough. You're just sticking with the excuse until it dies, and you do too. Um, but very baffling to me how the boomer generation has no accountability. It's fucking insane. For the amount of shit that Gen Zs and millennial take from boomers, at least all of us have enough self-awareness to say, oh, I did that, or no, I didn't do that. I don't get it. I do not understand. What else should we talk about? What do we got going on? There was so much stuff that happened this week. There was the Diddy thing. There was Nicki and Cardi beef. Um, did you see that Lori Loughlin is getting divorced? That's kind of in the wake of like the Nicole Kidman divorce from Keith Urban. And weirdly, nobody cares that Lori's getting divorced. I saw that and that headline quickly died. Um, as always, hope nothing major is going wrong, you know? But they were together for, I think it said 20, 28 years. Is that accurate? So since 1990, when did they get married? Probably then 97, shortly after Full House went off. I don't know. That's going on. What else is going on? What's the tea? What's the tea the kids are talking about? Hmm. I think I got nothing. I got nothing else. Um. All right, watch me finish the. No, I can't finish. Look at that. I can't finish the rest of this. This is zero alcohol beer. This is amazing. Okay, so the trick, if you're like a former alcoholic and you got like you think that drinking non-alcoholic beers are like a death sentence, I love non-alcoholic beers. I don't miss the alcohol at all. And I realized after I started drinking these that I just like having something in my hand I can drink. The alcohol is actually not my favorite part of the whole thing. And I thought it was. So drinking the NA. The kids are on the NA. Gen Z's all over the NA. But the trick is, if you want to have a good time, have a couple of NAs casually after you take a gummy. This is what the kids are doing. It's fun because you get the drinking and you get a little buzz, but you're not like fucking pouring alcohol into your body. You don't wake up with massive inflammation unless, of course, you eat an entire pizza, which I've done that too. Um, not a perfect system, but you know what? Around these parts, we're California sober. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Okay, I think that's enough. Let's finish this. If you have a drink too, bottoms up. Listen, I went to WSU. I gotta finish this beer. That was a weak performance to my fellow Coug alums. If you saw that, I'm sorry. I'll play the Washington State theme song on this. I mean, fight song, whatever. Oh, I forgot I don't have tones. Okay, that's enough of that. All right, Skinny Fat Twink Show After Hours. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great weekend. Have a great week. Have a great night. Whenever you're watching this, thank you so much. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. And also, we have new episodes of the Skinny Fat Twink Show coming very soon. Thursday. Thursday is going to be our day. Mark my words, it's going to be Thursday. Thursday is when I watch for new episodes of the Skinny Fat Twink Show. Available now on YouTube, which is exactly where you're watching this. So make sure to subscribe so you don't miss anything. Alrighty. A little bit left. You have a good evening.